Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Solana also makes it very interesting at the moment and really hard to say, is the uptrend going to continue or not? I remain with my primary view here. We talked about it, that upcoming wave 5, and we can also zoom in and take a look why. So overall, if you remember, we came all the way up here. We then started to talk about the correction somewhere up here. I remained bearish throughout. We did define up here somewhere the target area that we are now in, and you always need to remember, that prices always seem absolutely unrealistic depending on from where you're watching. So when you're watching from now, prices like 650 US dollars, which I expect in the next wave up for Solana, seem very unrealistic. But also up here, prices of around $100 that we talked about in this channel seemed very unrealistic. So it's always very interesting when we were up here and I talked about this target area here. You get very frustrated people who say we're never going to reach it. And when you're down here and talk about the next major wave up, you get a lot of people who say that Solana is a shitcoin and that, it's going to go to zero or whatever. So, that is the key about here. You need to identify when the trend is changing, which, sorry, the dog in the background, which we did up here. The trend was changing to the downside, and now there is a large possibility that the trend is changing to the upside. And if it doesn't do it yet, then we are very close to the low in my view. We have not invalidated the wave 4 pattern here, so 1 2 3 4 5, we're currently in the wave 4 in my view, and the wave 5 is still coming, but we're close to a trend change, I think, but not yet. So it's not yet confirmed at all, and I remain primarily in my view that we are going to come down here once more, and the way Solana is behaving at the moment actually confirms me in my view, because if we zoom into Solana here, first of all, we are still in the descending channel. Then Solana, you can see this, how Solana is climbing up here the ascending trend line. By the way, it actually broke the ascending trend line to the downside. I actually have to readjust it now. So if I zoom in, you can see that we had this originally defined. It did move because it broke it to the downside. And now I think also with this version of the trend line, you've got 3 touch points. But I absolutely don't like how Solana does it here. With these retracements here, so you have your like a 99% retracement of that move, then you have a lower high, and you have a higher high of that one, but again a lower high, and now you're making a higher high, higher highs, and another lower high. So head and shoulders pattern here, showing on the small time frame, so like that. And if that is broken, then you can expect here probably that we're going to test here the $100 again. You can even look at it like a triangle. So you could look at it like that, right? And then you've got your descending wedge, which could actually break to the upside, or you just look at it like that in terms of a triangle. And that is why, patterns are very subjective oftentimes. That's why I like to go with a wave count, which, to be fair, is also subjective, but there are also very clear rules that you need to adhere to. So message here is we are in an apex, we are at a key decision point, and we'll now need to have to wait for a decision here of Solana, how the next move is going to play out. But irrespective of if we move up from here or down, it doesn't yet have an impact in any way on the outcome of the scenario. So in this wave 4 that we talked about, Solana actually has space to move all the way up to 142 US dollars, 143, before it has to come down. Only when we break above that level, it gets much less likely that we are still in the wave 4. And to be honest, the way that Solana is moving in this target area here is very corrective. You have these very strong retracements. It doesn't look impulsive. Yes, we had a strong move up here, but what it's doing now, for me, still looks very corrective, because how do you want to count it as an impulse? It's very hard. So you would have to find a way here to do 1 2 1 2 1 2. This is another 1 2, and then this is another 1 2, and you just can't count a 1 2 3 4 5 pattern here. So that is why this is not yet an impulse, okay? And I remain with my view here for Solana that the price is coming down once more into this wave 5. At least this would be, I would say, to $100, but more likely to this previous low here, which was sitting actually at around 82 US dollars, 81, 82. But as I need to say and just confirm, Solana already hit my target area for the overall correction. Yeah, it did complete the correction in what it needed to do. The question is now just, is it already enough for Solana, or do we just go up from here? At the moment, the structure doesn't confirm for me that we're going to go up from here. But it is a possibility that we need to have on the radar. And the current levels for me are still very attractive. They are still, for me, dollar cost average in levels. Yeah, no financial advice. That's what I'm doing. And overall, the opportunity here is for Solana in the next wave up to go to at least $650, because this here was a wave 1, a wave 2 now, and a wave 3 to the upside. Solana lost a lot in value, like many other cryptos. Yeah. This is not Solana specific, but because the last major wave up was so big, you also come down a lot, and the next wave 3 will then also be huge. So it is all a question about volatility. Volatility is good for everybody who wants to make money. We need volatility, and that is why people should be happy that the price has come down so far, because it gives a great opportunity to buy. At least I'm doing that, no financial advice. And the next wave up, it will come, and it will push the price to these levels. What I can't tell you is when exactly it will happen, because the Elliott waves don't give me a time frame, okay? But it will come. Therefore, I am remaining patient. I dollar cost average in at these levels and gonna take profits along the way. And if you don't want to miss that, subscribe to the channel or even become a channel member. Then you can see my buy and sell orders. What I wanted to show you as well, which is also a sign why I remain here skeptical about Solana's move up and stick with my primary scenario. We see here on the chart how the RSI is making lower highs. This is a daily chart, and lower lows still. It did not break above the 50 line of the RSI, which other cryptos did. Solana didn't. And also we can see now here a decrease in buying pressure on the MACD. So that might have been it already, and it might already be turning around, heading towards the wave 5. So it remains interesting. I think also similar to Bitcoin here, the next few days are going to give us a decision here what Solana is going to do. I do expect further volatility, and I do expect the price to come down here towards the target area again, and possibly even making a lower low compared to what I have highlighted here as wave 3 on the chart. Hopefully you liked the video about Solana. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And if you really like the content, maybe join as a channel member. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.